Hello guys, Juan here from Tamarack, Florida, Zone 11. This morning when I wake up and I went to the patio, I noticed that a lot of the bees were hanging out outside of my small fine frame beehive, and I seen they were trying to build a comb outside because they were running out of space in the little frame bots that I got them when I split at the beginning of spring my beehive. So now I am preparing to move them to a bigger house, 10 frames. So it's again a deep box for them so they can have plenty of space to develop in the next coming weeks before I put super on top if they grow big enough that I see that they need the space. So the first things that I always do is bring everything that I need closer to where I gonna be working so I don't waste too much time going back and forth trying to get everything on site and leaving the bees exposed to the sun and the wind for too long. So you're gonna see me like bringing all the boxes, the frames, the covers, the base, and I just keeping the beehive in the same place because, as you guys know, they said that you can only move the bees about 3 feet of where they are or 3 miles in order for them to keep the coordinates to find their beehive again. So after I bring everything on site so I don't have to be running back and forth, I went ahead and transferred the 5 friends that I have that they've been working on to the 10 frame bots and then give them a bigger house for them to live. Hopefully they're gonna be a little bit happier here and not so much crowded like they were before. This is a split that I did, I believe, in the first week of February without a queen. I just took 3 full frames of brew and partial honey so they have something to eat, and with a lot of workers and brew keepers that were in the frames. In the next few weeks, it grew pretty well. I've been checking them about every 3 weeks or so, and they have a lot of bees right now. So my plan is finally give them a full size beehive, and that way they can develop and produce some honey for later on this summer. I don't plan to harvest a lot of honey this year because both of these beehives are less than a year old, and I really want them to do well establishing themselves first so I can get some honey probably the next year in better quantities, but most of all I just want them to be able to pollinate all the flowers and my vegetables and fruit trees around, because when I moved over here I noticed that there was not that many pollinators flying around, and in the patio I rarely see any bees. So that's why I decided to put a beehive in my backyard and make sure I bring some of those pollinators in, and not just for me, it will be for my neighborhood and the area where I live, since they definitely make a big difference. And I had seen an increase of flowers pretty much everywhere in all the gardens around, so they really do an amazing job. So after this I just gonna check on my other beehive, make sure they're doing good. I just check really quick and make sure that they don't have a lot of beetles or anything is affecting. Then in a partial look, I don't gonna be pulling out the frames or anything. I really don't want to disturb the bees that much. And I have a newer queen there, so I really don't want to stress her out. So it's just to make sure that she's doing good. And as you see here, I finished putting all the frame and organizing a bit, and then I just gonna grab the bots and shake. Oop. That didn't go as I wanted, but most of the bees got there. I usually don't wear any gear or protection for the bees, but since I was gonna be moving, tossing some bees around, I really didn't want to get a sting, especially on my day off. So I can just relax. These bees are really, really gentle. They rarely try to attack. I just use a little bit of smoke to control them, make sure they do what I want, but they really weren't trying to sting me at all. I didn't saw any flying to try to sting or get on my gloves or anything. They very gentle, and I really appreciate that they like that, because that's one of the things that keep a lot of people from keeping beehive, is to be afraid of being stung by the bees. But I can assure you, bees are gentle, and they don't want to sting you, because most likely when they sting you, they will take their abdomen out and they will die. So I don't think they wanna do that. So, okay, guys, I hope you enjoy the video. Leave me some comments, like, subscribe if you like the content. I'm gonna be trying to post videos on a daily basis, but definitely on the week you're gonna have different content, from the chickens to the bees to what I am planting, the fruit trees, trimming, cleaning, and keeping up with all my garden in general.